Okay. Hey everyone. Oh man, I've tried to film this video so many times and I just feel like each time I keep babbling and kind of just, I'm too judgmental of myself, I think. So hopefully this is the video that I'll be posting. I guess, yeah, it's been a little over 2 months, I think, since I last posted anything, and I hope that once I explain like what's been going on and give you guys the update, that hopefully you'll understand why I've been so absent. Also, heads up, I'm outside, so if you hear like any dogs barking or like anything else, it's just because I'm outside, and sorry in advance. I also feel like every time I film this, like I just rush through all the important details, so I'll try to take my time and just be open with you guys. First off, I do want to thank you guys so much for being such a supportive and such a kind community. I'm truly grateful, and I sincerely think of you guys as my YouTube family. You know, it's just, and I'm really grateful that you guys have created that environment for me here on this channel. To be honest, I was kind of scared in starting a channel because I was just like terrified of like negative comments, or I don't know, but I found that that hasn't been the case, and I just thank each and every one of you guys, each and every 430 something one of you guys, for being here and for being so supportive and for sending so many comments our way. So I guess I'll just start and just tell you guys what's been going on, and I'll just tell you what happened. So I guess from the tone of everything, we lost the babies. I actually delivered them at 20 weeks and 6 days. And what happened was my cervix started to dilate early. The week of May 20th, 2020, that Monday, I started to feel some cramping, and I just felt a tightness in my stomach, and I had no idea what was going on. And so I ended up calling the clinic and just telling them what was happening, and they told me to come in. And so there goes the dog barking. So I have to sneeze. Oy. So we ended up going into the hospital so that they can check everything out, just to see what was going on. And we went in Monday, and that's when they told me that my cervix was already dilated at 2 centimeters. And honestly, like, Zach and I did not expect that at all. We were shocked, and we were really sad and scared, and just all of these emotions. And at that point, I was still holding out. I was like, okay, like, if we can make it to maybe like 23 or 24 weeks, like, you know, they'll have a slight chance of survival, you know, and I just need to hold on a little longer, and I just need to hold them in just for a couple more weeks. And I mean, I had heard of people, you know, being like slightly dilated and then just staying there for a couple weeks, and you know, that was my hope. And so we were admitted into the hospital, and also sorry in advance for my nails. I've been picking at them anyway. So we were admitted into the hospital Monday night, and we were given, like, I was given a pill or something to like try to stop the dilation. And so, but Zach and I were just, I guess we were being as hopeful as we could be, and just praying so hard that the babies would stay inside and that my cervix wouldn't dilate anymore. We had a bunch of people praying for us, and I know there were so many prayers said on our behalf. And thank you to everyone who has been praying for us and keeping us in their thoughts. But so then I started to kind of keep bleeding a little bit, you know, slight spotting. And then we saw, you know, the spotting start to stop and decrease. And we thought that that was a good sign. But then by the end of Tuesday night, we were told that my cervix was dilated at 8 centimeters. And that it was basically just open, and the doctor could just see the bag of water. And that was really hard for both Zach and I. And the doctors left the ultrasound room, and we just sat there, like, just crying, because we knew that this was gonna happen. You know, now it was just a matter of waiting for them to make their appearance into this world. And since it was way too early for them, we knew that there would be no chance of survival. So that was Tuesday night, and then, you know, they moved us to the labor and delivery room instead of like a normal little room. And you know, they started an IV on me and everything, and they told me that I was gonna be delivering vaginally, and I hadn't prepared myself for that. In my head, I was gonna have a C-section because they were gonna be grown full term, or full term for triplets. And I was gonna make it to 34 weeks, but I didn't, and my body couldn't. And so then was the waiting game, basically all day, or all night Tuesday night, and then all day Wednesday was just a waiting game of like my water breaking, or like them making their appearance. And so Wednesday night, I started to feel like cramps and contractions, I guess. And but before that, actually Wednesday during the day, I had been praying for the babies to move a lot so that Zach could feel them, because he had never felt them move before. And so I prayed a lot so that Zach could feel some sort of movement. And Wednesday during the day, they were moving a lot. And so he was able to feel them while they were still alive in my womb. And so that was a little tender mercy or miracle for the both of us. But sorry, I'm like so weepy. And then around Wednesday afternoon, I started to feel like it was time. Like I looked out the window, and I just had this feeling that it was almost time. And honestly, the whole time we were in the hospital, we just felt the strength that I know came from God, because there's no other way that we would have been like as strong as we were during that time. And so Wednesday night, I started to have contractions, and you know, I ended up delivering the babies that night of Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Baby A came first, and baby B came, and then baby C came. And they were born alive with heartbeats at 20 weeks and 6 days. and they, I mean, they lived for like an hour or so, and then they passed away that night. And to be quite honest, like, the whole delivery was just like traumatic in and of itself for me. That's like the hardest part for me. And maybe one day I'll open up about that, but it was difficult and it was so tough because all I wanted to do was just keep the babies inside, because that was the place that they were the safest, and they were doing so well. We got to see an ultrasound of them before the delivery that night, and they were still, you know, kicking, and it was just so sweet to see that they were growing well and they were doing their part. Yeah, so Zach and I were just terrified of that moment of like seeing them, because we had no idea what they would look like, or like if it would just be a scary moment. But it was truly a peaceful and the most heavenly moment that we've had. We had some time with them to just hold them close and to cuddle them and to give them all the love that we could during that time. And they were so perfect. They truly were perfect, and they were so cute, and they had, their noses were developed, and you know, they had little lips, and their chin was so cute, and you know, their little fingers and their hands and their little fingernails too. And what really got me was, like, I don't know why, but I just saw like their little ankle bones, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, they have ankle bones. Like, I was just so I was so amazed. I was like, what? I was blown away by their ankle bones. But yeah, just every detail of their body was just so perfect and so cute, and I just kept saying that over and over again, and I was like, Zach, they're so perfect. And it truly was a sacred moment for us. But yeah, so that's what happened. And I'm so grateful for hold on, I need water or something. Sorry for the gulps. But I'm truly grateful for Zach, who was there by my side the whole time. And without him, I honestly don't think I would have made it this far. I think this is why I didn't want to share all the details, because I was gonna cry a lot. But I think the point of me like sharing this and being so open on, you know, the internet is because, you know, I know that I'm not the only one who's gone through this, and I know I'm not the only one who will go through this. So just to anyone who's going through a similar situation, you are not alone, and there are so many people out there who have gone through the same thing. And you know, I just hope that this can help someone. And you know, I think it's hard, because sometimes you do think that you're alone. And I know that everyone's grieving journey is different, but at the same time, I think we're all here for each other. But anyway, so I don't know if I told you guys, but we named the babies. Baby A is Zane, and baby B is Malachi, and baby C we named Alexander. So those are their names, and we just really felt like those were really good names for them. and we ended up deciding those names in the hospital. But anyway, so yeah, so that is what has happened, and I just want to thank you guys for all of your support and your love, and I'm just truly amazed by how kind everyone has been. And this is definitely not what we expected, and it's not what we wanted. You know, I had visions of giving birth to them, and, you know, raising them and having them here to love, and kind of sharing that journey with you guys, but that's not going to happen now. I don't have them here with me, even though I wish that I did, but apparently it's not in God's plan, and I know that He knows better than I do, and I just have to trust in that, and it's hard to do that, and I'm working on being okay with God's plan for me right now, and His plan for our babies, Zane, Alexander, and Malachi. But I know that because He knows better, that we'll be okay, that Zach and I will be okay, and that we can get through this. So I guess, you know, kind of updating you guys on what we've been doing, what we've been up to the past couple of months. After our families left from Seattle, we flew out to New York for almost like a month, and we were just there with my family in upstate New York. And I've loved it out there because it's so peaceful, and it's so green, and it's so beautiful, and I knew that that's what I needed. And it was great to be with my family, and I'm so grateful for them and for their love. Okay, I'm not gonna cry that much anymore, but and then I think like 2.5 weeks ago, we flew out here to Utah to spend time with Zach's family, and that's what we've been up to, just with family, and it's been great to be surrounded by people who love us and who are there for us. So yeah, I currently, like, what I've been doing, I guess, to like, I don't know, to cope, I don't know, like, the biggest accomplishment of my days are like getting ready and maybe like cleaning a little, or like tidying up the room, or I don't know, reading. Like, TBH, those are like my biggest accomplishments. But yeah, it's been a journey, and it's going to continue being a journey. This is my first time grieving any sort of loss of anyone, so it's brand new to me, and there are so many feelings and so many thoughts, but I just want to leave you guys with you know, this video for now, and maybe I'll upload, you know, another video with a little more of my thoughts and my feelings, a little more insight. But I love you guys, super grateful. Thanks to each and every one of you again for your support, and thanks for, if you know, any of my Facebook or like my Instagram family are watching, thanks for your comments and your support too. And to anyone who's donated to the GoFundMe page that my friend Sarah created a couple months ago for the babies, like burial costs and everything, thank you so much. It truly took a great burden off of our shoulders to be able to give them a good burial and, you know, a good spot in the cemetery. It's crazy that these are the things that I'm grateful for now, like a cemetery plot. But anyway, now I'm really rambling, and this is going to be really long. But to anyone who's stayed to the end, thank you. and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Bye.